Hi, friends. Oh, goodness. Did I make it over to YouTube? Oh, it says I'm live now. Yay. Hi, everybody. It is Labor Day weekend, and I totally forgot all about that it was a holiday weekend. I mean, it's just like an average, ordinary Friday to me. Oh, that's what it's like when you live your own life and do whatever you want. How do I turn off this sound? Up here. Okay, there we go. How's everyone doing? I thought I would just pop on live and hey, Brandy. There's just so much going on. This is such a busy time of year with, when fall blows in and, we're in the last quarter, I guess, of the year or close to it, rolling into back to school and holiday season. And it just feels like everything goes into overdrive. And I feel the same way. I feel like I'm in overdrive because I have so many things that I wanted to get out there this year, and a lot of them I have succeeded on getting out there to you, and some of them are still being worked on, and I'm trying to be patient. But I just thought I would come on and talk about some of the stuff that I have going on and that I've been doing. And the big thing is that I launched my, yes, hi, thank you. Yeah, there's a big hurricane and that's blown through, and that's caused some, oh geez, already I goofed around too much with this camera on, and the battery died while I was farting around. Yeah, thank you so much for asking. I'm totally fine. In fact, I had a like a kind of rainy day here that the other day when all this bad stuff was happening, and yeah, that was it. Other than that, my weather's actually been really beautiful, and it has cooled off quite a bit, which is really nice because it's been so hot. But yeah, I'm in the Hudson Valley, so I'm not really close to the city, so I haven't been really affected by the flooding at all. Been grateful for some really nice weather. So I hope everybody, listening and watching right now is okay, and all my followers are safe and sound. Hi, Linda. Linda. The most exciting thing I think that's happening in my world is that I launched my Betty McKnitiverse membership. I had been unhappy with Patreon for a little while, and those of you that were patrons over there, you could, like, it was really hard when all there really is like a feed, like a social media feed, and it was really hard to share all the different perks that I had. I could share them there, but then they were really hard to find, and it wasn't really well organized, and I didn't feel like there were really it was really conducive to the way I wanted to engage with my followers and my patrons or members or whatever. And it also didn't really promote like engagement between the members or the patrons themselves. So I have moved over to a new platform, and it's called the Betty McKnitiverse, and I'm so excited about it. It's BettyMcKnitiverse.com, and there's only one membership level. There's none of these like tiers where it was some people get this and some people get that. Everything is, all the perks that were available on Patreon are available to every member at every tier. And so there's only one price. And yeah, I just launched it the other day. So I hope you'll jump in and join. I have some cool join, very cool join bonus right now. And it's this 6-day kid blanket cheat sheet, which some of you have already seen and taken advantage of. But you can purchase this cheat sheet separately on my Shopify. It's $9.95, I think. And 1 month of membership in the McKnitiverse is $9.97. So it's really, if you want to just like pop over and join and grab all the bonus content and leave, I won't be mad at you. But I know once you get in there, you won't want to leave. Because it is, I'm committed to adding value to the membership and making it be, like fun. And I do put an awful lot of work into it. Those of you that are in there know that there's just so much good stuff. But this is the cheat sheet. This is the join pattern, and it's the join bonus, and it's for your 6-day kid blanket, projects. And it's great. It's got all the stuff that you need. So it's got, I think this was the most requested thing right here, where the skip tips, the beginning and the ends of the rows are all different. So it makes it, harder to memorize the pattern. And so we have this little skip tip, and then a shorthand of the rows, and just some other things that we say. Different ways that you stripe the blanket. And on the back, well, it's two pieces. You have to print it two-sided. On the back side, it has this full coloring sheet that's really for you to like plan out your swatch, size, and plan out how big your blanket is going to be, and you can color it in if you want to. And the resize chart is on there for you. The chain counts for the different ways to start your blanket are there. And the links, this was another thing that was requested, were links to the videos, the most popular videos. So I had so much fun making this. This was like a fun art project to do. And I was really excited to release it. And then if you, I also ended up making these coloring pages into their own page. So you can get just this and just this swatch like blown up into a big thing that you can color in and plan your 6-day kid blankets visually. So there you go. That's the cheat sheet. It's so fun. I'm so proud of it. But yeah, that's the join bonus until I was going to only do it until September 1st, and then I got behind. So I'm going to give that to anybody that joins up until September 15th. Yeah. And so what else do we do in there? We have a lot of Zoom meetings. I do 2 Zoom meetings a month where we just hang out and craft and chat. And it's a little different than my lives because we can actually talk to each other. And thank you so much. Yes, thank you. And I'm glad you like the cheat sheet. Yeah, so I do the craft and chat twice a month. And one meeting is 9 a.m. Eastern time, and another meeting is 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I did that so to make it a little easier for the Australians to join. And if you joined the McKnitiverse and you want the cheat sheet, it's under bonus content. There's an article and that should come up like in the welcome area. It should be one of the first things that comes up, but it's under bonus content. And there's a link, and you just click the link, and it goes to the file, and you can download it online. Yeah, so we have the crafting chats. Those are fun. We get to meet everybody. We sometimes meet people's family members or pets. Get to learn a little bit about our lives and just talk. And it's so fun because there are people from all over the world that come to the craft and chat, and a lot of people in Australia and the US, Canada, and we really do have so much fun. You're welcome, my dear. Let's see. And then a new thing I started, somebody, I think it was Old Boiler Robo Glynis, who suggested, it might have been Barb Hamblin, suggested that I do a crochet along for the Half Moon Goddess shawl. So I did that back in, I think it was July. I did that, and I had so much fun doing that weekly crochet along with all of you. And they were tutorial crochet alongs, and I made video content during the calls, but it was really great because I got to answer people's questions, and then that those answers went into the video tutorials, and it was really great because it was stuff that I wouldn't have, questions I would maybe not have answered if people hadn't been there asking the questions. So those tutorial videos and all those exist now inside the McKnitiverse as a course. And this is something I wasn't able to do on Patreon at all, was to organize the video content and the educational content and all the different content that I have. You all know, if you've been in this 6-Day Kid Blanket group, it's like, where's the pattern for this? Where's the video for this? Where's this? Where's this? And even though we maybe give you links for it, it still is like, where do I find it? It's so hard to find. And I really wanted a way to organize my content in a way that could like just lead you from beginning to end through a project, and not have to be like, well, I set this there and I did this on that live video, or that's in a YouTube, or so far what I've done, I feel like has been easier for people to understand. And a lot of people made the Half Moon Goddess shawl during that crochet along, and they were gorgeous, just gorgeous, really, really beautiful to see. Some of the shawls. If you're not in Besties, you can go check them out over in Betty's Besties in the Facebook group, the photos that people posted. It was, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm yawning. I'm so sorry. I've been sleeping really great, so I'm all messed up. So there's that. So then last month, this past month, August, I'm trying to do a different crochet along, and they happen on Tuesdays. So I'm doing it every Tuesday on a Zoom call at 10 a.m. Eastern. And if you're not able to be there, I've been making video, everything's recorded, and then you can catch the replay later, and then eventually they'll all end up in like a course. But so last month I had been thinking about doing this for a long time, and I finally did it. I did Crocheters Learn to Knit. So I did a knitting class, a 4-week knitting class, and everybody in that class made one of these little hats. So I did my class a little bit different because, I listened to you guys, and I've heard a lot of crocheters say, I tried to knit, but I just couldn't get it. I didn't, I don't understand how we're doing this with 2 needles, and then I was making this thing and it just didn't look right. And so I wanted to get my crochet, what should I call you guys? Your, my convertees. I'm converting you from crochet to knit. So I wanted to get my, my students to knit, like to make this kind of knitted fabric, which is called stockinette. And the regular way, when you learn back and forth and you just knit every stitch before you learn to purl, it makes something called garter stitch, which doesn't look like this. And when I first started knitting, I wanted to make stockinette because that's what my sweaters looked like and my socks. And so when my grandmother taught me and I was going back and forth, I was like, this isn't what I want to make. And plus it takes forever. I have little ends sticking out there. Plus it takes forever, so I thought it would be more motivating to be able to make stockinette right away without having to purl. And how do you do that? You knit in the round. So these are the little hats we made. We learned knitting in the round. We learned how to decrease, and we learned I-cord. That's what this little top knot is made out of I-cord. And then once we did all that, I started with a provisional cast on because casting on is hard to learn. And then from there I taught, we undid the cast on, we worked backwards, and then we learned how to purl, because by the time you've done all this knitting, then you're ready to learn to purl a little bit. So that's how I did it. And then I did casting off. So that's what we did. We learned that in 4 weeks. We made the hats in 3 weeks. And then in the 4th week, I showed the more traditional way to cast on with straight needles and go back and forth and make a garter stitch, stockinette, and a different kind of ribbing, 2x2 ribbing. This is 1x1 ribbing. And then we actually did some cables. So in 4 weeks, we did all those skills. It was really, really fun and really, really different. I really enjoyed it. And of course, like always, I enjoyed just sitting and working with people, other people who love yarn and making things with yarn. So that was Crocheters Learn to Knit. And then this month, September, let me see. I don't know where those came from. This month, September, I decided, let me switch again. I decided to do the 4-week series, the Tuesday morning series on the Metro North shawl. And this is a crochet shawl. It can be a shawl, it can be a bandana scarf, it can be a blarf. You can make it as long or as small as you want. And this is a crochet project. And if you would like to join that, it's actually free. So that one's on my Facebook page. You can just go, and you have to, if you want the replays, you have to sign up, register for the Zoom call. And then if you're on that registered list, then I will send you the link to the replay, but I don't put those replays right out on YouTube. So if you want to learn how to make Metro North crochet scarf, then hop on over to my Facebook page and register for the Zoom call for that. There's 4 of them. And they're all September, Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. So that's everything that's going on. Oh no, I missed something. Let's see. In the next challenge in the 6-Day Kid Blanket group is going to be Falling Stars. And this is for you to get your autumn colors going. And we're going to work on some star blankets. And Courtney has another Bunny Lovey amigurumi topper for us. And so we're going to be releasing that then. And I have some other surprises that I'm going to hopefully be releasing during the challenge. Some things that you have been asking for in the 6-Day Kid Blanket group for a while, like every year around this time for the past however many years we've had star blankets. So join us, and all you have to do to join the challenge, there's no sign up. You just have to be part of the 6-Day Kid Blanket group. We will be live in that group every day. I'll be live with Courtney and other mods from the 6 Day Kid Blanket group. And we'll be live every day, just working along with you. And I'll be on overhead showing you how to make the star blankets and the different rows that you can change on to make some of the same striping effects that we love in our 6 Day Kid blankets. So, whew, I've been talking for 20 minutes, just telling you about all the stuff that's been going on. So what's going on with all of you, and what questions do you have for me, and what things are you interested in, and what things do you want to see more of, and what do you want to see less of, and just what's going on in your world? Talk to me. While you talk to me, I'm going to work on this 6 Day Kid blanket. This is a 6 Day Kid blanket cowl poncho. Y'all have been asking me for ponchos, so this is actually coming very soon to the world, but it's already pre-released, you know where, in the membership community. So what happens is I have these ideas for things, and I just kind of write them up and I get them going, but then they have to be worked up and they have to be checked over. So a lot of the time the draft is pretty much ready to go. It just hasn't been tested or worked up and photographed. So the pattern isn't ready. The pattern isn't ready, the entirety of the pattern. But the stitches are good. So when that's true, I pre-release it, or I draft release it into my behind the scenes community. And so there are people that have been making these up. The pattern includes sizing for 3, 4, 6, and 7 weight yarn, but I didn't have a 5 weight, so I decided that I would, because I noticed that the new Karen yarn, the Yarnspirations Ogo yarn, is a 5 weight, the Colorama. So I went ahead and grabbed some, and I thought I would just try it and just go ahead and make up this pattern. And you know, it's okay. I'm not sure that the new format is going to be like the new format, but it didn't tangle. And the yarn is the kind of yarn we like for 6 Day Kid blankets, but it's a 5 weight. It's really similar to the other Karen Cake, stuff, but it's in this new format. So I just thought I would give it a try with this pattern. It's the 6 Day Kid blanket cowl poncho. And we have a poncho coming too that has more of like the squared off pointy shape. Can you do a how to crochet video? I'm working something wrong. You're self-taught. Oh, well, that's very kind of you to ask. There are so many out there. Are you trying to learn so that you can do a 6 Day Kid blanket? Are you trying to make a 6 Day Kid blanket? Or you're just trying to learn how to crochet? And are you right-handed or left-handed? Are you trying to crochet right or left? I mean, people hold their yarn all different kinds of ways. I hold mine. I hold mine the same way when I knit and crochet. So, oh, you're a righty and you're trying to do the 6 days. So all you need to know how to do to make a 6 Day Kid blanket is you need to know how to chain. You need to know single crochet. Whoops. You need to know double crochet. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's one stitch here that's like 3 double crochet worked together. And I have a video how to do that. I have row by row videos. Is it your actual crochet that that isn't going right, or are you having trouble with your counts for the 6-day blanket? You're trying to download the cheat sheet into iBooks and all you get is a blank page. I'm pretty sure it's a PDF. You have large gaps between the clusters. Well, do you mean this cluster here? I mean, I have a pretty large gap there myself. It doesn't have to be as tight as you think it does. I know when you're first learning how to crochet or knit, I've noticed, because I've taught a lot of people, that people tend to think that if they don't pull it really tight, it's just going to come unraveled. But it won't. When I go back over this with my single crochet row, that won't be that bad. This is the stitch here. The last pull through on this cluster right here. So this is the one you might have to tighten up a little bit before you start the next stitch. Okay, so tighten that up, hold on to it with your finger, don't let it come loose. Okay. It doesn't really have anything to do with these stitches I just made or this. It's actually the last stitch on this one. And if this were pulled all the way tight, this would buckle. So it doesn't have to be like this. Oh, somebody had hand surgery? I'm sorry. Some of you, if you're commenting from one of the groups, I can't see your name. So I just see that you're on Facebook. And then Kathy Johnson Divine, you must be commenting on the Facebook page. And then Linda is over on YouTube. Yeah, Kathy, you're probably stressing over it way too much. And post a photo in the group and we'll take a look at it and we will tell you if it's too loose. We will tell you that it's too loose and you should go back and redo it. But most of the time I have found it's really not as loose as people think, or doesn't need to be as tight as you think it does. Whoops. I'm not paying attention here. I'm almost done with this little I almost called it a turd. This is what's left of the Ogo, the last Ogo. So I'm almost said when I'm done with this little turd, I'll start another one. You guys can see me open it. I hope Mikey doesn't see that because I know he is sensitive. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but that little end of the Ogo does have a little turdy shape. Sorry, guys. I probably will have to go back and edit that out later. And this is one of those things too, when I saw it, that they had a new thing, I was like, I'm not buying it. And I ended up ordering it because I saw it on Bag a Day Crochet. She said it's a 5 weight, and I thought, oh, it would be actually nice to see what it looks like in my pattern that I'm just about to release, and that has 3, 4, 6, and 7, and doesn't have 5. And here we have this new 5 weight. So um, I just thought it would be cool. And let's see, what are we doing in this? The cowl poncho is like, it's like a cowl. It's the 6-day kid blanket worked the regular way, and it goes around in a tube. So that's a new technique I'm gonna be publishing soon, and I'll show you guys how to do. And that way, you can make all kinds of tubes and make all kinds of things that you make from tubes with the 6-day kid blanket, because I know you all want to make 6-day kid blanket everything. Can y'all hear my neighborhood again? The bar is open again. So there's people outside having fun on Friday afternoon, and to be honest, I'm so glad. It just didn't feel like Liberty Street um, when that bar was closed. If they had any idea I was in here listening to their conversations, and also like broadcasting to my whole crochet community. Like my nails are so bad right now. I let them get a little bit too far with the acrylic nails. They got super thin. I thought I'm gonna take a couple weeks off from getting nails and let them thicken back up again. My nails are really, really thin. Okay, here I go. This is the one I want to tighten up. That's the one that's going to be loose, but don't put a death grip on it. Just tighten it up, and then keep it close. Don't let this open up. Keep all this close together on the hook. So usually what happens with crochet or with knitting is, like in knitting, you let the needles come too far apart, and then that's what creates gaps. But you want to keep all these stitches really close on the hook. I'll do it again when I get to the next one, because I think my hands went out of the frame for a sec there. I'm using a K hook with this yarn. Oh, and speaking of K hook, I knew there was something else I forgot to show y'all that I got. Would you look at that? That's the solar. It's called Solar Flare. I don't usually, the streamlines are not my favorite. I really like the Odyssey the best, but I had to have this orange color. I feel like orange is just making a big, big comeback right now. Everything is orange. Um, and the streamlines, I kind of like them in a little bit bigger hook. Okay, there's the stitch I want to tighten up. And then when I go over here, I'm gonna keep these two kind of close together. Okay, I'm not gonna let them come apart. Okay, I close the gap up a little, but really it doesn't have to be that tight. This cowl poncho and the heavier weights. I know the seven weight that I made. I think that thing only took me a couple of hours to do. It was really fast. Am I there yet? My goodness, I haven't even made one whole row around since I've been on here. I talked for so long in the beginning. Let me go back. So what's everyone working on? Last year it was pocket shells that were all the rage. And this year what I've seen are those spinners. Those seem to be the thing everybody's doing. I'll have to design a 6-day kid blanket spinner next. Everyone's having so much fun. Labor Day is the official end of summer, even though summer's not really over until the middle of October or the middle of September, right? September 21st or something like that is like the official change of seasons. I know in some parts of the world you all change seasons on the first of the month. Somebody says they're working on a quilt with occasional crochet breaks. To what am I doing? For sanity. Yeah, you know, when I'm designing a lot or working on, you all may not have noticed this about my business, but in June, I switched over to Shopify. I was selling, mostly selling on my website through a WordPress plugin, and I switched everything over to Shopify, and that took like a month. And then I started working on the Betty McKnitiverse, and that took like a month. And when I'm working on stuff like that, it eats into my crochet time, or even when I'm like designing a lot, because designing is, you know, I might make and rip out the same thing 20 times. It's not like just watching a movie and flying through a project. It's different. So I have been working really hard on some other things, and then just not having just sit and crochet time as much. Okay, I'm at the end of my little pooper. Oh, you're trying to master socks. I think I'm going to do socks in October, actually. Some people had asked for that. Oh, no wonder I'm so hot. I'm sitting here with Metro North. Yeah, September is going to be Metro North, but I was thinking I would do socks in October. I'm doing some traveling though, so I might have to skip a couple of weeks, but I'll figure it out. We'll do socks. Let's knit socks. Oh, this says 3 hours to make a hat. I mean, I would say that, yeah, to use up this whole ball of stuff, which they're calling it an ogo and not a skein, I guess, or a hank, or it's something different. I don't know, maybe you all have seen these already opened and reviewed. I'm not gonna like do a full-on review of it. I'm just going to open it and get it started. It's glued really tight there. I've already opened one of these. I don't know why I'm so confused right now. High tack double, okay. And it has like it tells you what to do with it on the inside. Looks like this when you open it up. And then it has this piece of plastic that holds it together in this shape. And you just cut it. Uh-oh, and you're supposed to pull it out, but I don't know where it went. Oh, I feel it. It's really long. Connects the whole thing in a circle. And then there's the end, there's the inside end right there. But I believe it's meant to be pulled from the outside. And that's how I've been using it. And it, it's pretty quick and easy to get started. There's no digging for your yarn. And there's no barf. There's absolutely no barf. So, yeah, I guess if I wanted to start with this gray, I'd have to, I think there's a way you can like pull it apart, but you all know I'm not about that. I'm just gonna let my colors flow. It's a good weight for the hats and scarves and things. I don't know if, I mean, I guess you could feasibly make a blanket with it. I just really wanted to try it on this project since it's new, and I think I might try it with the other poncho I'm doing too. This is the second Ogo or skein or whatever they're calling it. Yeah, Glenda Kista said she would even share her sock pattern, her sock recipe with me. She's been doing socks a long time. My goodness. What else are folks working on? Who's planning their holiday gift crocheting? Is that starting up? Starting to get a little hot in here again. Again, probably need to stop and turn the AC back on. I just wanted to hop on and just chat a little and crochet a little. Just talk about all the news, all the different stuff that's going on. I feel very busy as Betty McKnit. Whoops, what am I doing? Oh, and did you all see the new guides in the blanket group? Rather than having this great big long document that we're like, go read that. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Do you promise to read the FAQ? Sure, of course I will. You know we're all in a million Facebook groups and Nobody has ever read one single FAQ for any of those groups. My favorite is when people forget they're in the 6-day kid blanket group and they, you know, ask like, what's the pattern? And it's like, of course, it's the 6-day kid blanket. But the best is when I'm in some other random crochet group and somebody asks a question about the 6-day kid blanket and I'm like, read the FAQ and do a swatch. And they're like, what? It's like, oops. I'm not where I thought I was. Hey, Jenny. How you doing, girl? How's your hand? Somebody else was just on here saying they had hand surgery and can't crochet. Glad, girl. I'm worried about you. Yep, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I'm not close to that. I keep getting all the warnings and stuff, but the weather's actually really beautiful here and has been for the last couple days. I think on Wednesday, I had a we had a rainy day, and it was the kind of day that I thought, I wish I could just stay home and crochet today, but I had something I had to do. I had to go drive somewhere. But it was the kind of day where I thought, oh, this would be a great day to make a pot of chili and just smell that cooking all day and just sit in front of, like all 12 Harry Potter movies or whatever. Excuse me. However many there are. just watch those guys. Yeah. And crochet. Crochet away all day. It was a crochet day for sure. And that was pretty much it for us. And then I woke up the next morning to everybody asking me if I was okay. And I'm like, yeah, whatever happened, I slept through it. But I'm in the Hudson Valley, so I'm not in New York City, actually. A 6-day kid blanket incorporated into a sock. Oh, Jenny, you missed it. This is the new Ogo from Yarnspiration in the little donut shaped roll that they have it put up in. They're smaller than I imagined. They seemed like they were gonna just like be this huge thing, but they're actually smaller. And people saying like, I don't know where you're gonna store that or how you're gonna store it, and it's really small and pretty compact, to be honest. Yeah, I'm using this. It's a 5-weight. Are you all getting this in Oz? You want me to send you some? They have it, it's just basically a new way that they're putting up the yarn, but this is actually a new yarn too, I think. The Karen Colorama. Yeah, it's soft. It doesn't feel quite like, it's similar to the tea cakes, but it's not quite. It's not quite as thick as the tea cakes. I'm using a K hook, which I think is a 6 and 7 millimeter hook with it. It's a 5 weight. I think a tea cake is a 6. So yeah, it's different than the other Karen cake yarns that they have out right now. So I just wanted to give it a try. And the cowl poncho has 3, 4, 6, and 7 options for those weights, but it didn't have a 5. So when I saw it was a 5, I was like, oh, I'll give that a shot for the the poncho, and then I'll just be able to fill in numbers for another weight. It's very similar. The texture and feel of it is similar to the big cakes. Yes. The actual texture of the fiber and the way that it's spun, but it's heavier than the big cakes. But you're right. It's a very good comparison. It's like a 5 weight big cake. Okay. Okay. I think that's good. But did you see how I just kept going around and around and around and around and around? It's actually how the 6-day kid blanket hat is made, and which I'm going to do some reworking on. I had an idea about how I could start at the bottom brim and go up. Yeah, I think Jenny, you would like it because we have similar taste, I think, in yarn, what kind of yarn we like. But I'll see if I can send you guys some because Joanne's ships to Australia now. I just sent Courtney some Bernat blanket yarn not too long ago that she was interested in. So let me flip this. There I go again. I was so proud of myself because I didn't do it the other times I flipped. Woo! I think I'm going to go start my weekend, maybe with a slice of pizza and a nap. Okay, let's swap. We'll do a little swap. We'll do a little Aussie swap. That sounds fun. Yeah. I can't wait till y'all open your country back up and they either let you out or let me in. We could all visit and finally have our retreat. We've been talking about that retreat for 2 or 3 years now. We keep putting it off, and it's happening come hell or high water. I better not say that because we pretty much have the high water happening. And the pandemic has kind of been hell, so let's not tempt fate anymore. You guys are still in lockdown. I'm sorry, honey. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. Well, I'll ship it to you. You think of anything else I can send you, just holler at me. I'll send it to you. Because y'all cannot be stuck in your homes for 2 years without any yarn. They can't keep you inside that long. If you start running out of yarn, you let me know. I'll just send you some. But I'll see if I can send you guys some of these Ogos. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. We'll get there, honey. No worries. It's not going to go on forever. Yeah, you'll like it. Did you like that? The Hobby Lobby yarn that I sent you? You ended up with some of that, right? The pink. It's almost kind of like that. Maybe not quite as fluffy. But yeah, by the time I send it to you, that it's, I'll probably only be able to send enough for like a hat, or something small-ish. This is I'm gonna try and get a whole cowl poncho out of 2 of them. So that I think it'll be enough. I think it'll happen. I can do it. Do it. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Jenny, I'll send you some love and healing vibes for your hands so you can get back to crocheting ASAP. And yeah, I'll see you all online. I hope you all will join me over in the McKnitiverse. You will love it. And if not, I'll just see you in all the regular places. Let me play my music. There you go. Mwah.